Welcome guys to the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. I just wanted to do this quick video to kind of tap into this energies, see where we are. If you're not on my emailing list, please hit me up if you want to join. I send out a group collective ritual just to the people who are a part of my tribe. So if you'd like to be on that list and get like more in depth, please hit me up. If not, let's hop into the reading. Okay, so what we have today, this is a solar eclipse in Sagittarius, so this is a special reading, and what I'm seeing here for the collective, if this resonates with you, this is definitely a reading that applies to people who are doing the moon work, for people who are, like when you watch these videos and I'm like, this needs to be released and this is going to come in, this is definitely more of a ritual-based reading. So the outcomes that I'm seeing are for people who are willing to put in that work. So if this is something, not saying that the energy won't apply to you, but I'm definitely seeing some major things come in for those who are actively working on themselves or willing to show up and see what needs to be released. So all that being said, I'm seeing the word sustainability just popped in my head when I was doing the meditation for this reading. And it's interesting because what we're working towards is the surrender to the sweetness. It's all about Venus energy, pleasure. And if you're part of my email group, I did say that this moon is going to feel like heavily on the sacral chakra. And for those of you that don't know, sacral chakra is all about the pleasures, like playing outside, like being in tune with that childlike creativity, our sexual energy, our desires, but not sexual energy in a primal way, in a very sustainable way. For some of you, I'm picking up that you've been really doing that work to manifest your divine partner, like whether that's masculine, feminine, whatever. You've been really working to manifest sustainable pleasure, because a lot of times when we think about pleasure and sexual intimacy, we think about like it's such a primal thing, like, oh, I'm trying to hit that, or I'm trying to get that, and then it's over, you know, or it's like I'm trying to get to a certain place in my life where I'm emotionally fulfilled and then it's over. What I'm seeing come in is long-term stability, sustainability, consistency when it comes to what our fire and our water energy. This just basically means that for those of you who have been in the long, like on the long journey to get to a place of sustainability, like that spouse, like some of you guys, I can feel like you've tried to have adventures or good times in a job that you're not happy with, or maybe in a home that you were like, you made it cute. You know how you make your home cute, but it's not like your dream home, not the home you want to stay for a long time. Or maybe some of you guys have been trying to make your marriage, fun, or your relationship fun, but you're just kind of like, man, if I had, it's not like the person that you ideally want to be with, because we have the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is what needs to be released. Some of you guys could be same-sex couples, but this is a card of like marriage, home, happiness. And the number 4 typically talks about like, sustainability. But just to put things into perspective, 2020 is a 4 year. So oftentimes the 4 can feel like 2020. It can feel like you went into it with high expectations and then things started to crumble, because the energy of 4 it kind of feels like work, in my opinion. It feels like building the structure. It feels to me like building the ground level, like pouring the cement, digging up the hole, and just having the floor plan. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, the 10. The 10, in my opinion, is more like when you get to that point, when you have that sustainability. And so what I'm seeing is, for a lot of us, we've let go of partners, maybe living situations, friends that didn't serve us, because it came up underneath the world energy, which is Saturn, Capricorn energy. So this is like, if this is resonating with you, you've definitely been on a journey. You've definitely been in a place where you have really defined what you want. And especially since we have the number 21, 3 is that energy of the masculine and the feminine, right? The number 1 is the masculine, number 2 is the feminine, and they come together, they make 3. So it's definitely knowing what you want after a long journey, like really looking forward to it. So some of you guys, if you haven't already cut off, you could have cut off a Capricorn, you could have cut off a fire sign. But what I'm really seeing here is that like there's an end of a cycle coming with this moon. There's an end. This is kind of resonating as a New Year's reading. So if you've been doing that work, you're kind of ahead of the curve. So this is like, if you haven't done that work, what are 4 things that you have let go this year that you're most proud of? Or what are 4 things that, you know, you feel like you could let go of? And I always say in terms of energy, like you don't have to say it's a person, but it could be like my thought forms, or maybe I thought I wanted this relationship, but it wasn't good for me. So what I'm seeing is there's a need to put an end to some sort of relationship or some sort of thought form. And some of you guys, you've already done it, and that's why he's naked. He's got that like purity. I'm really seeing that it's just like you just let it go. Like this year you ain't holding on to what's not meant to be, because there's already so much going on. You need to have the people who support you in your corner, the right relationships, the right things. So what I'm seeing, what energy is supporting us right now, is we have Aries energy. You guys could be an Aries or dealing with an Aries, but it says a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So I'm seeing for some of you guys, fiery climax it's just that energy of like, man, like I did that shit, or that's my person. Like I did it. I manifested this. Because remember how I said that the 4 was not my, if I can pick this up, because my nails, y'all. Like I was saying with the 4, most people look at the 4 of Wands as stability, but in this particular reading, I was saying that the 10 seemed more significant. Now, this is the 10 of Cups. Some of you guys could have spent, obviously, this year a lot of time with family, being around loved ones, but I'm seeing it in a positive way. And even if this doesn't resonate as your biological family, this could be friends that feel like family. Again, with that 10, it's giving me Capricorn season. So I'm seeing that this ritual, this moon, is really going to set us up for Capricorn season, which is all about building the structure, sustainability. Capricorn wants to build the house. Like Capricorn is like, tell me how much it costs. Where do you want to live? I'll build it. You know, it's that structural energy of that 10. And this cup, it's like that. It's almost like most of you guys, if you're resonating with this, there's a need to really, really put yourself first in what you're looking for first, or you already have. And that cup of love feeds every area of your life. So a lot of times with self-love, it can feel like you're being selfish, but maybe you've spent a lot of time alone, or you've spent time with people that you're like, I don't think these people resonate with where I'm going. And you choosing to put yourself first with this cup of love feeds all the other areas of your life. So this is not just success financially. This is success emotionally. This is sustainable. Look at that mountain. It's like by following how you feel, your emotions, something is coming in for you guys. So I'm really definitely seeing it's emotionally. It could be living in an area, but some of you guys could literally be manifesting a house. But I'm seeing heavy love energy with this, because you see there's a woman here and there's a guy. So some of you guys could be like in a situation where you're at a distance from someone, or you are attracting in someone. And if you haven't met them yet, I'm definitely seeing that this spouse is a divine match, because you see these lotus flowers on the surface? The lotus represents, it represents the energy of struggle, like a butterfly. The waters grow at the bottom of the water and they struggle their way up to the top. So here, this is like you're meeting this person, you're coming into union with your divine masculine or your divine feminine because of who you be, who you are, not necessarily the circumstances. So this is like a lot of self-work. If you chose this group, you could be a Libra, you could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. I'm definitely seeing that. We also have water signs here, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, but I'm definitely seeing like, just take it how it resonates. So basically what I'm seeing in this is like, with this dominion, this is the 2 of Wands. This is typically about talks about being torn between a decision, but what I'm seeing is a bridging of 2 worlds. And I'm going to put it right here. I'm seeing a foundation, because the 4 of Wands typically talks about a house, a union, you know, a marriage. But that's like whatever partner you had in the past wasn't a divine match to you. It might have just been fun. It might have been like you guys went to festivals, concerts, like you guys could have had great intimacy, a lot of fun, but I didn't see anything sustainable. Look how this connection looks way more sustainable than this one. This one looks like almost looks like heaven on earth, honestly, like an oasis, like the Garden of Eden. Like it just looks like a beautiful oasis. Is definitely representing the planet of Venus. So it's kind of like some of you guys, there's a need to reframe how you view relationships. Maybe in the past, like you were attracted to the bad boy, the bad girl, or the person who wasn't sustainable, like fun for the night or fun for the month, or but what I'm seeing is with the 10 of swords, another 10, is that there's a need to put it, there's an ending of that cycle. It's like no longer being attracted to what's not good for you. Maybe some of you guys have been backstabbed, betrayed, used to players, used to jobs that don't serve you. But I'm really seeing, if this is career, there's a need to do some self-care, to put yourself first. Maybe some of you guys need to go into hermit mode with this too. But I'm seeing the bridging of the two gaps. Like going back to this card, I'm seeing masculine and feminine. So this could be you and a new spouse, you and your current spouse, kind of like both of you guys creating a new foundation so that the three can come in and you can create this beautiful heaven on earth. Or this could be you bridging the gap within yourself, like the masculine energy in you. The masculine energy is the ability to make decisions, the ability to like show up, go to work. Like we're all in our masculine energy when we're at work. And then the feminine energy is like the creativity, you know, put a little, you know, little seasoning on it, a little seasoning on it. So I'm just definitely just seeing like a need to balance, a need to choose yourself. But guys, so, this eclipse is bringing in, I'm seeing a lot of divine unions for people. I'm seeing just a energy of peace. So just kind of like any way that you can practice the sweetness in your life, the joy in your life, I'm seeing that's going to strengthen the relationships around you, the relationships in your family. But treat this, like if you're watching this, like, and you don't have time to do a ritual, come back and treat this like your ritual. Or on the first, before the new year, maybe come back and watch this. And what 10 things have you let go of? What 10 people, what 10 situation, what 10 thought forms? Because you can't take that into the new year. There's something about the attraction with this. It's almost like the attraction of being, like releasing the attraction of things that are not sustainable, because it can't go into 2021. We've been through way too much this year, and there's a need to almost like evolve what you're attracted to. Like traditionally, like the 10 of Pentacles represents money, but since we have the 10 of Cups, this is talking about emotional success. Like maybe before you're like, I had the house but I wasn't happy, or I had the relationship but that person was very low vibrational and like there was nothing to talk about and it was just very like blah. So this is kind of like defining going into this next season, whether you do your ritual today or you do it like in January for the new year. This is about deciding, making a conscious decision that you ain't gonna mess with anything that doesn't bring you emotional fulfillment. Because if you choose that, that means you're gonna have to say no to somebody. And trust me, I spent all 2020 saying no to people, and it's not easy, I ain't gonna lie. But that's what, you know, if you want to book a session, that's totally cool. But you know, when you say yes to something, you always say no to something. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap up this reading. Thank you so much for watching. This is the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Just sending you guys all love and light. I'm seeing beautiful things coming in for you. You know, we always do the work here. I'm always going to tell you how you can do that work so you can get to this place, you know, but just remember, if you say yes to anything, you're always saying no to another. But it's all things that did not serve you. I'm seeing good things coming in if you can take that leap of faith.